Good morning, Professor Hebrew. My name is Mark Joaquin Biroldan, along with my group mates, Sherwin Renz Rodriguez, Kirsten Dane Olivas, and Zarina Carmelite Bay. Once again, we are very much thankful that you were able to take the time to meet with us today. We're really looking forward to hearing your insights on disasters and mental health. Before we begin, we'd like to let you know that this interview will be recorded for documentation, but all information will be kept confidential and used solely for academic purposes. So, what are the immediate psychological impacts of experiencing a natural or man-made disaster?
Cellular memory, the events, and sometimes that's the reason why sometimes there are physical manifestations of trauma because shock is not just in the mind, it's also in the body. And when we say body, we are talking about the emotional body, we're talking about the physical body, we're talking about the energetic body even that receive the shock that is generated from the mind. So I think it's also time that aside from looking at the psychological impact, we regard the person as a whole, all right? Because psychological impact, it doesn't end in psychological impact. There's no, I mean, as much as we are psychologists, it is not just about the mind. It's the mind affects the whole body. Whatever is generated in the mind, the body feels it. The body gets it.
What role does mental health awareness play in disaster preparedness program?
Oh, very big. And I think in the Philippines, we're not yet there. I think not just in the Philippines, but even abroad. When there was a fire in California, right? I'm pretty sure you've heard about that. A lot of people were not prepared. Even the firefighters were not prepared to the gravity of disaster. And I'd like to give you a hypothetical situation. What if the people who were there were educated 10 years ago about mental health awareness? Right? What if people who experienced those kinds of calamities were educated about mental health, mental resilience, and they had access to mental health facilities? The mental shock wouldn't have been as heavy as the gravity that they had experienced. You know what I mean? So it's very big, really, because everything starts in the mind. Everything starts in the mind. It's from the mind where physical illnesses are coming from. When you are often stressed, okay? When your mind is stressed, it always overthinks. You know what happens, all right? Your body responds to the mind because your body listens to the mind. And when you are not able to take care of your mental health, your body follows suit. And even if you take care of your physical health, don't care of your mental health, still the remnants of the trauma lives in your body.
For people who've never experienced disaster, what's something you wish they understood about its mental toll?
That they can be helpful, and that they have the power to lessen the pain that people experience after a disaster. That connection helps insulate the pain, the anguish, the sorrow that people feel after the disaster, and that they have the power to do that if they are willing to educate themselves. Be kind. to your mind and to yourself and to others.